Welcome back to the show, guys. Today we have something mind blowing for you. It's something that no African country has ever talked about, dared of doing, and it's an underwater tunnel. Nigeria is planning on building Africa's first underwater tunnel in Lagos. I'm going to play a clip for you where Nigeria's Minister of Works, David Umahi, was talking about this underwater tunnel. Have a look.
We are connecting the coastal route to the Sokoto Badagry through that tunnel. Our tunnel is inside the ground is going to be 2.9 kilometers, and we are connecting it through the Ahmad Bello Way. It's going to be done seamlessly, and you will not see the tunnel until we appear on Ahmad Bello Way. That's where you see people coming out of the tunnel. When done, it's going to be the first tunnel in Africa inside water. And we are looking at PPP. Before people will start shouting, oh, you want to borrow, you want to finish.
So, the minister says that the country will build a 2.9 kilometer underwater tunnel in Lagos. This tunnel would link Amadu Bello Way to Snake Island and then extend out towards Badagry. All of these places are in Lagos State. And if everything goes according to plan, it's going to connect two massive highway projects in the country. The first one is the controversial Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and the Sokoto-Badagry Super Highway. If you're Nigerian, another question that you will have is why Lagos? Because a lot of Nigerians actually do not like it when Lagos gets all this massive project or all the attention or all the federal money. But let's be for real. Lagos is the business capital and it generates lots of money. So it makes sense that we see these huge projects being done in Lagos. It generates a lot of money for the country. So when we see the government pour back into the state, we shouldn't get jealous. I do understand the concerns that people raise. It's very valid. But I'm wondering how people feel about this project. Now let's get into how this project will be funded. This is going to be a very expensive project, no doubt, underwater. It has never been built in Africa. The first one, it's going to be expensive because it's like we have nothing to look up to within the continent. So we're looking up to other continents for, sort of like the experience so this is the first of its kind. So we're expecting that it's going to be an expensive project, no doubt. So I know that what is on people's mind would be, how is this project being funded? Who is funding this project? Is it me? Is it the government? Is it who? Is it the Chinese government? Is it who? We've seen the Chinese government invest in Nigeria's infrastructure development, so it makes sense for people to have that question on the back of their mind. Well, the government says that this is going to be a PPP, which is called the Private-Public Partnership. So it means that the government will be funding part and private sector will be funding the other part. So the federal government says that it's going to follow a public-private partnership, which is also known as the PPP model, meaning the government isn't trying to fund it all alone. One thing about public-private partnership is profit is always the goal, because if private is involved, they want to make their money back. If they're going to put $1 billion, they want to make at least 1.5 billion or even more. That's how the public works. So it makes me think, will there be toll gates when this is finally built? Will the Nigerian people have to pay back when this project is completed? Well, most likely. Because when we think of most public-private partnership projects, the people tend to pay back. They take back from the people because someone is going to have to fund it. If the private does, they want their money back. So that's another thing that we should look out for, toll gates. We have been taxed a lot and told a lot. So no one likes tolls. Well, this tunnel isn't just going to ease Lagos traffic. I think it's going to also ease traffic within the other connecting states. Like I said, this Sokoto Badagry Super Highway, it's a really big project. It's 1,068 kilometers long and it's a 6-lane project. It connects the northwest to the southern coast and is expected to boost trade, security, and economic activity in that region. And the cost of this project alone is about 13 trillion naira, which is around $7.9 billion. Now, the second place which this tunnel will cut across is the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. It is 700 kilometers long and it cuts across 8 states. That's a lot. And construction started in 2024. Like I said earlier, it is very controversial. People felt like government had misplaced priorities, and it is expected to take 8 years to complete. The cost of this project is about 15 trillion naira, which is around, let's say, 12 billion US dollars. You can do that calculation. Please do not quote me on that amount. Exchange rate changes every other day. So another question is, has Africa ever done this before? The short answer is no. Yeah, no. No African country has had, should I say, I don't want to say has had the idea. Maybe the idea has been there, but we haven't heard or we haven't seen. So no African country has a subsea tunnel. So if Nigeria pulls this off, it becomes the first of the continent. It becomes the first ever country in Africa to dream it and to do it. This is going to be massive. Do you want to see that happen? Let me know in the comments. So I know this is going to raise a lot of questions about the technical possibility. Like I said, this has not happened on a continent. So everyone is looking like, is this going to be possible? I can't wait to see this happen. Like, I want to know if it's going to be possible. I think we all have that question. Is it going to be possible? I want to see it become possible. Another question is, how long is it going to take? Is it going to take 10 years, 20 years? Will I have children by when this project is completed? Will I even still be alive? Or who's going to enjoy it? Is it me, my children, or whoever? I don't know. Another question is it financially realistic? We've talked about the financial aspect. The government is planning on doing a public-private partnership. So people get ready, you're going to pay tolls if you want to pass through this. The government hasn't said anything about tolls yet, but it is most likely going to happen, just so that you know. And now, are underwater tunnels even a new thing? It is not a new thing. We've seen this happen in other countries, in other places. So we have the Chanel Tunnel, which links, I think, the UK to France. We have the Tokyo Bay Aqua Line in Japan. We have the Hampton Roads Tunnel in the United States. So these things are not new. It's just new to us on the continent of Africa. So this means the engineering again isn't new. So it's not like Nigeria is doing something extraordinary. Someone has done this before. So it makes it a little bit better, but no one on the continent has done it, which makes it a little bit harder at the same time. So if Nigeria can adopt this method, I don't know if Nigeria can do this for the Lagos terrain, but I would love to see this happen. Who doesn't want to see this kind of development? We all do want to see it. We've talked about the funding for this project, how it's going to come through private-public partnership. But how much is this project going to cost? The Tokyo Bay Aqua Line in Japan cost about $11 billion, and it's 15 kilometers. The Chanel Tunnel UK to France cost about £9 billion, and that which is $12 billion today, and that's for 50 kilometers. Nigeria's tunnel is about 2.9 kilometers. So if I do the maths tell me that it's going to cost around $2.3 billion. I may be wrong, but I'm just using what we have available. If Tokyo Bay Aqua Line can cost $11 billion for 15 kilometers, when I do the maths, it tells me that 2.9 kilometers would cost about $2.3 billion. It could be more than that, or it could be less. I don't know. I think all of this depends on the soil type, what the terrain looks like, and all of that, on inflation as well. So yeah, baby, that's all I have for you on this massive project. Honestly, I can't wait for this to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. The government hasn't really said what the timelines are, but this is going to be a massive project. And if you want to see this happen, let me know in the comments. What do you think about this project? Let me know in the comments. And that's all I have for you today. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.